Morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty there. And then I also was thinking, I was like, do they want to really see me read through? Like, no one wants to see a guy sitting up here reading. So maybe I'll try to keep this as brief as possible. But I hope you guys are doing well. So basically, as you saw, there's been a very large civil lawsuit filed. It's in relation to the attack which occurred last year on UCLA's campus. And you probably know I'm one of the people who's been writing about that, researching it, and investigating it. So yeah, briefly, because again, I know no one. The last thing you want to see me do is read. By the way, feel free to drop any questions in the chat, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. And again, I hope you guys are doing well. And again, for regular viewers, tomorrow I will try to go live with something different. I was thinking one person I really want to have back on is Tori Chrisman. You guys know Tori. It's been a while since she's been on the channel. So okay, let me briefly share my screen here, and I'll try not to drone too much. Let's go ahead and just share that. Where is it? Okay. Yeah, I was having like trouble pulling the stuff up before. It was just not working. Okay. So let's go ahead and share this. And then let me just make sure. Okay, cool. So this is the suit. This is very long. So I'm going to, yeah, you know what I think I'll do actually. You can get this directly from, we don't need to read the whole thing because it's super long. You can get this directly from the website itself, which I'm also going to put this in the chat here. Give me a second here. We do need a show producer here. That's for sure. That's for sure. Hang on. Okay, there's some pretty good information here. Here it is. It's called peopleversusucla.com. I'll share that real quick as well. Present. I am getting better at this, I swear. I also got about 5 hours sleep last night. That probably didn't help too much. Okay. By the way, I want to thank my friend Shay Horse for generously letting me use his photo, which it's the one you're looking at right now. It's a truly that's a very brave reporter who was out there that night. And I mean, look at that, like look at that photo. Look at how insane that is. So Shay, thank you. Okay, let me just stop sharing that, and then I'm going to go back here really quick. Okay, and then you can, like I said, you guys can feel free to drop any questions in the chat. Otherwise, let me summarize this event for people who maybe are like, what is this? What happened? So on the night of April 30th, 2024, um, and leading into May 1st, around 10:30 p.m. or so, a masked mob of men who most of whom did not go to UCLA descended on a pro-Palestine encampment and attacked them. It's a unprecedented event. I've never seen anything like it. People often bring up Kent State, which is a horrible event in American history. This is different, though, in one specific way. This was a that was about the National Guard attacking students, and this was a mass mob. And I think uh, there's just something like that's really stuck in my head about that. If you guys saw Film the Police LA stream um, from that night, he captured the whole thing, and it was like a Stanley Kubrick movie. So a lot of people were really badly injured. I have to admit, till I read some of the lawsuit, I didn't even realize how bad some of this was. Maybe we can, if I can, without pausing too much, I'm going to just briefly share what some of the victims have talked about. If I can just go down here, um, I'm just okay. Uh, yeah, okay. So we'll just like kind of like briefly go into that. Share here. it just is incredible, honestly. Um, okay. Row 14 remained unconscious for 5 minutes, and after regaining consciousness, the violent mob sprayed row 14 with a chemical munition, blinding him. Row 14's head bled profusely, and row 14 eyes burned. That's that's just a little bit of what is in that lawsuit, and I actually like I said, I've been investing in this for over a year, and even I didn't realize how bad some of this was. There's another case of a victim who uh, is a drummer who now is no longer able to drum because of an injury to her hand. So um, I think it's just really important that justice be for me, and this is about justice, right? That's why I became interested in investigating this incident. It's totally unacceptable, and uh, this can't be allowed. You once a mass mob is engaging in these types of events, it's no longer a democracy. It's something else, right? So I guess so. The suit's been filed. Uh, it's a complex lawsuit, and it there's many different parties. They've named over 20 alleged attackers. They're entitled to their day in civil court like anybody else. So, but they've named over 20 people in there. Uh, there's many other parties obviously being sued, including UCLA. So, so this is the first step, I think, towards some sort of accountability. Uh, Someone asked me on Twitter, X, excuse me, uh, about actual arrests. So the only I could probably answer that question here. The only actual arrests that are in progress are Malachi Marlin, who was arrested, and that case is in progress. An arrest warrant was requested for El Shalom. There's been no progress on that. There's some speculation on that he's no longer in the country, uh, but there's been no progress on that. Another man was arrested, but it's not clear if he was part of the mob. I'll just put it like that. So he may have been not part of the mob. And then Adon On, who you guys know as people called him White Mask. That case was kicked back to the city attorney, who I contacted about a couple weeks ago, and they said there's no movement on that. So essentially, it looks like, in terms of the victims, they believe that civil court is the way to go. Um, I guess the best thing to do is really, like I said, you can go to that website and read through the lawsuit yourself. Otherwise, I could keep it short and maybe just like take any questions if people have any questions on it. Otherwise, we'll, we'll keep it short and sweet. But the lawsuit's been filed. It's in Los Angeles Superior Court, and it's going to be a long haul. These cases can take years. Um, I'll go to the chat real quick. That looks pretty quiet. All right, so like I said, that case has been filed by CARE and a bunch of other groups. Um, all right, guys, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I wish you all the best, and take care. We'll talk soon. All right, bye.